Nutshell version.
Nutshell version. We've been in business for 36 years.
Yeah.
How do you skate through that, right?
I know.
Real quick. So yeah, we've evolved.
We started in 1985. Very similar to a place like this in a small shopping center. So we're family owned. Kurt's my father, Franny's my mom. They started it for the most part. There's 3 kids. I was volunteered at a very early age. And
so you were volunteered?
I was volunteered. In '89, we moved from that shopping center to a place that used to be right across the parkway here. It was a house. It was an old house built back in the 1930s. 16,000 square feet. And one time we had 3 kitchens, 2 bars, 5 private rooms, 2 dining rooms, patio. So we were huge. We had a banquet hall that exceeded 150. So we were there from 1989 until 2011. After 9/11, the economy killed us, like it did most people. Our business was mainly based on corporate and business, right? Because we had all the corporate business out here. So we did corporate parties where the sky was the limit, and just, anything, they would buy and eat anything. One time we had a cigar bar, its own filtration system. We sold cigars, bourbon bar. So we got all those trends in when the money was good. So Kurt, very proud man, just couldn't give up, the business. But once again, the restaurant was built in a house that was built in 1930 and had been built on over the years. So different parts and pieces. There were literally, you would go up in the attic and there were roofs on top of roofs, where there was an antenna still on this roof or another roof was put on top. So in order for us to bring the building up to code, not even remodel, just up to code, it was like $1 million. You needed new air conditioning, the plumbing was going on, like you could just imagine, right? And it had the old pulley shutter system in the windows, which was all nice and quaint, which is after a while it doesn't work anymore. And so we were stuck. We're like, what are we going to do? So we decided to move, downsize. So we moved here. Best decision we ever made. In 2011. And so at that time, we just had these 2 buildings here, and then we built on the patio, and then we took the space next door and made it our private room. So we were known for private rooms. I don't know where all this, the discussion comes from, but we used to do tons of private. Like I did weddings, I did like at least a dozen weddings a year, and all that. When we came here, we built the private room back there, obviously a lot smaller.
We still do private functions, but we can't do them. We're not as flexible, and we can't do it as many. So it's more for just quaint, smaller get-together. We can seat 32, 34 being the max. So I'll do that all the time. But what it's really good for is like small corporate groups, like 10, 12, 14. It's ideal for that. There is a screen back there, audio. So like the doctors, those groups are coming back. They'll do presentations and stuff back there. It's great for family parties. That's what's going on back there right now. Perfect size, 16 people. They had enough room that they had a little cocktail party before, sat down for dinner, and you have enough room to mingle and stuff. So it's good for that. Like I said, I've did a rehearsal dinner last month for 32. We do evolve. We do updates all the time. Like the chairs in there are brand new. So it's we try not to be stale. But we do try to encompass what we started with. We're a chef-based restaurant. But most restaurants, they build a dining room and they put all the money there, and then the kitchen gets this space. Right. Our kitchen's huge with every piece of equipment you could need. We could pump out dinner for 300 people back there. Really? It was based on why people should be going out to eat is the food, right? The atmosphere is important, but I'd rather go to a place that's kind of a dump and have great food than go to a place that's fancy and the food sucks, right? Yep. So the patio works out great for like cocktail parties, especially. They're made good for stand-up affairs, and obviously people are a little bit more casual. Some of the larger banquets, they'll do the cocktail party out there and then go into the private room for dinner. The whole restaurant can be rented out for if you want to the whole restaurant rented out. That's definitely a possibility as well. So I think that's what's carried us through the years. We're very consistent, and we put out good product.
And the German influence?
So Kurt's from Germany, my mom's from Switzerland. My father did his apprenticeship in Switzerland. That's where he met my mom. They came over here in '65. They helped open up the first fine dining restaurant in Atlanta, which the building was just there until a few years ago. It was called Chateau Fleur de Lis. It was the first fine dining. It was a French restaurant where they
trained chef.
My father's a trained chef. Yep, he did his apprenticeship there, and that's what brought him to America. He was only planning to be here for a year. He was just coming here to see the experience what American culture was. I like to say that he liked it and stayed, which is partly true, but it was also the Vietnam War came. They told my father either he needs to go back to Germany or he needs to enlist in the army. So he actually enlisted in the American Army. He was down in Fort Benning for 2 years. Did his 2-year stint there. My mom got pregnant. My older sister was born. Then he helped open Sea Pines in Hilton Head. He had a beautiful house on the ocean in Hilton Head that they gave up because there's nothing going on. They didn't think that there was anything of it. Now it stands there now that's worth millions of dollars.
Oh, wow.
So they came back. One of my chefs, Saul's been with me for 25 years, just celebrated. Bradley's been with me for 23.
Wow.
So the people in the kitchen, people are like, oh, you're out here now, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, the same people are cooking your food that's been cooking it for the past 25 years. Don't worry about it. So very lucky about that.
Yes.
Bartender, Sandra's been with me for 12. Most of my waitstaff has been here at least 3 years, if not longer. This is my nephew walking by now. My other nephew's running food. My niece is up front, and that's my sister at the front door.
And there's a second sibling. What is
My
it?
older sister, she got smart. She moved to South Carolina right from the beginning.